Hi, I'm Wayward, and this is Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath 1.02 plus. Looking today at a 1 versus 1, and I'm up here because of this going on. Saw it on the minimap and thought I'd come up here first. Have a 1 versus 1 today on Tournament Odyssey between laurelYL, our Nod player, going out with a lot of militant squads all at once, and down here in the bottom left is aweg1. Not familiar with these players personally, but they seem to be doing pretty standard stuff, so hopefully they will give us a decent showing. Buzzer squads, actually 2 buzzer squads out right now, which is enough to deal with these militants, although we do have a 3rd squad. The militants are actually spreading all over the map. I'm very interested to see with specifically what Laurel is doing here. That buzzer gets taken out. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the point of these militants is. We have some militants going down to buzzers, and then the buzzers themselves being taken out. Only the 1 refinery so far, although we do have additional harvesters coming out. Also, only 1 refinery for Laurel, going straight into the operations center. So, not sure what the point of that is, if there's some sort of like build he's going for. This is all actually being scouted, by the way, by aweg, who does have buzzers in the base. An immediate flame tank coming out. I don't think this is a good idea. He's already been scouted. This flame tank is going to be easy to prepare for at this point. We'd have finally a 2nd refinery, or shacter rather, up for our scrin player. Both players able to scout each other. These seekers, an easy counter to that first flame tank that's coming out. Interesting. Reckoner with black hands. I'm not sure if that was scouted in particular. A lot of scouting going on. The Seeker's not going to do crazy damage against those militants, but we'll be able to take it out sooner than not. Still only on the 1 refinery. Actually, I say that, and the 2nd one comes up, of course. And just as soon as that happens, our MCV is moving out. This is my favorite Command & Conquer MCV. It's ridiculous, and I love it. I love the Nod Spider. Have not seen that flame tank up to much. Have not seen the Reckoner either yet. Where did that go? Looking on the mini-map. Not seeing it. Actually, there it is. It was involved in this little engagement here, going to attack that Tiberium spike. I'm actually not sure how this is going to play out. The buzzers, I think, may put an end to this. So that entire rush did not. I don't think that did what Laurel was looking to have happen. Reckoner are going to be taken out, and the Tiberium spike losing some health. But I think these Seekers are going to. No, actually, the Black Hand are going to be able to take that out, aren't they? Tiberium spike is down. Reckoner going down, but that rush did what it needed to, so well played. On the back of this, Laurel is continuing to expand. Looks like he managed to move that operations center in low power, so it's powered down. There we go. It's up now. 3 refineries for our Nod player, continuing to harass, forcing a Gunwalker to come out. Portal is worse for the wear. A lot of Seekers out now for aweg, who gosh darn it, I don't know if I said, but aweg is actually Traveler 59, not stock scrin. I am very sorry for that oversight. Yep, also on the 3rd refinery. It looks like there was a little bit of damage taken to the drone ship, actually. Nice harassment by our Nod player, who is now on tier 3, by the way. Yeah, admirable effort, but pathing through your enemy's army is not the best way. Oh no. What is aweg doing? Now laurel is the one who's making a mistake. That flame tank was chasing the seeker. Bit of weirdness there as they overlap a little bit. Down goes the flame tank, but there's additional light harass from the militant squad. Nothing too much is going to happen with that, I think. Actually, these seekers being used to try to harass. Actually, they're going to take down this harvester. They get that kill in spite of the hand of Nod. That's too many seekers for our Nod laser tower to handle. Actually forcing that. I guess not forcing, but the healing drones down here. Oh, forced to put laser fencing on his operations center, though, which is not ideal. There's so much harass going on here, it's hard to keep track. We have stealth tanks now. Looks like they actually cleared out this entire expansion. But the stealth detection on that photon cannon, I believe, grabbed those stealth tanks. Nerve center, I don't know if we have tier 3. We do not have tier 3 yet from aweg. Laurel, I think, is still okay. That tier 3 has not been taken out yet. A lot of sell-offs here because of the empty resource patch. Taking those harvesters over here. This is kind of low harvester counts, and he's only got the one refinery right now. I imagine what is building is another refinery. A lot of sell-offs for both players to keep their footprint light and to maximize the amount of free economy they have. Stealth tank pushing back those seekers, takes one out and still remains alive. I think this is not the best choice. I don't think that seeker is worth risking a stealth tank. And yet here it goes, trying to chase it down. Yeah, aweg is in an interesting place. He's only really got seekers at this point, and that's not a good long-term strategy for our screen player. Really needs to transition into some other strategy. Meanwhile, our Nod player does now have 3 refineries up, so that's good for laurel. You know, I wouldn't say no to a second war factory here from laurel. 1 for tanks, and I guess he's pretty much caught up with the refineries. Going into the Redeemer engineering facility, that makes sense, getting out the big guns. Especially since he's got basically nothing at this point. He's just investing in harassment to keep the screen player on his toes. That stealth tank is, I think, going to probably... No, bad maneuvering. Backs it into a corner, lets the seekers catch up. This breathing room does let aweg go for his tier 3. And we have our first tripod out now. Oh, more stealth tanks taking out power. Very nice use of the Nod's harassment capabilities. Another power plant. Nope, yep. There it goes. Another power plant going down. The nerve center, I think, is probably going to survive. Nope, takes that out too. Some lost tech for our screen player. It's going to come at a cost. And there is the Redeemer out. Man, that thing builds fast. No immediate sell-off from the engineering facility. And the Tiberium chemical plant. What? Not one I see all the time. More harass coming out with those Nod. Double flame tank production now. I am a fan of that. I really want to see laurel take this MCV and go over to this third patch. Some really nasty harassment going on from laurel. aweg is really on the back foot here. No speed upgrades. The nerve center not being rebuilt right now. aweg feels like he thinks he's in a pretty good place. He's trying to build up. He's trying to save his resources. Where is our Redeemer? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Rage Gen going down. The Flame Redeemer causing some property damage, being actually EMP'd by the tripods. This was a bad push, I think. Just the Redeemer itself, unsupported, is not what you want to do. I mean, look, it's. I don't think it's gonna get a chance to come out of that EMP before it explodes. Flame tanks coming in, trying to do something. I think there was a bunch of sell-offs over here, plus the tripod stops that in its tracks. All of a sudden, aweg looking a lot better than he was before. Even that husk still remains to be captured. Let's see. Stasis chamber, nothing being researched there yet. We do have the Prodigy out. That's bad news for our Nod player. Imagine that's the Redeemer coming back out, but really need to see some economic expansion here. What is the... Probably just a scout, I assume. But yeah, with no support, this tank harass is nice. The flame tanks not doing much anymore due to the... Where is that army? There it is. Kind of a small army. What is this? Bombing run coming in to take out a lot of stuff. The warp sphere only barely staying alive, depowering again. And the missile going down on top of everything else. Oh my god. And yet there are 3 tripods in laurel's base. aweg needs to be careful here. Still enough defenses to put some pressure on. aweg is really hurting right now. He still does have tier 3, but no production, only infantry production at this point. So, it's a really precarious, jeez, really precarious situation for our scrim player to be in. I like this, taking out the power plant and the tier 3, probably taking out that war factory as well, being pushed back a little bit by these missile guys, rocket squads. Both players kind of coming down to not having a lot of stuff, and neither one, I guess, feeling comfortable expanding at this point. It's understandable. Tripods remaining viable. Why don't they just crush the infantry? Actually, all of them have some veterancy. Very little in terms of army for anyone. Yeah, I don't think this flame tank harass is gonna work. And actually, this may be about it for our Nod player. Laurel seems to be out of tricks. Is got very few resources and really backed up on this one refinery. Only at this point has the hand of Nod and nothing really coming out. I don't think another refinery is what you need right now, my man. I think this is the end of the line as our Traveler 59 player is about to take out the construction yard for Laurel, and I think that is that. There's nothing else here. This is everything. Well played by both players. I think, to me, the big problem here was that Laurel never really transitioned out of harass mode. And the one time he tried to do that, he just threw the Redeemer out unsupported, let it get EMP'd by the tripods, which was kind of unfortunate. But yeah, never really transitioned kind of into an army there. Fantastic harass, but there should have been a transition. There should have been some movement out of that. But fun match, and hopefully, in spite of my less than stellar casting, you got some enjoyment out of that. Anyway, this has been Wayward, and this has been Command & Conquer 3: Kane's Wrath. Thanks for watching.